Hello, welcome to week 7. So, what we did in week 6 and even in week 5, if we go back, we're trying to put the pieces together in order to understand a little bit more about how the structure you created in HTML plus the wording concepts we talked about, I kind of called them nouns, which is taxonomies or existing groups of terms that are used to group your content together or group large amounts of content together. And then last week it was working on navigation, which you all did a great job at these sitemaps. You might now need to see that navigation does not have to directly follow the content data types. So there's some disconnect there a little bit, but I think you guys all came around to the idea that overall navigation does not have to directly reflect the content within. It could be more about what the users are trying to achieve. And so this week, we are going to just try to put it all together into a wireframe. So there's a little bit, if you guys have not done wireframes before, it's just a fairly low fidelity way of showing a design. So there's some work that you can go over and check out the videos and such that are in Canvas for this week. And then you come over here and there's some more ideas about how these all come together, just kind of reiterating what's stated right here. The interesting thing might be that if you go back, you should take a look at those navigation patterns that you explored last week, and you should pick one or two to copy for your initial setup as you try to put in navigation, because you'll start to see that fitting things in is a real issue. So just making sure if you had 10 high-level navigation items, it's really hard to fit that on any kind of screen. So a little bit this week is about fitting, and maybe you'll have to make some choices along the way to reduce the number of items just to be able to fit. For this exploration, I think we are pretty much going to settle on doing something in a more of a desktop look and feel, which is just to make it a little easier on ourselves. We could attack mobile, but it's actually a little bit trickier. Also, if for all you pros out there, we're using Figma to do this. If you haven't used Figma before, it should be pretty straightforward and easy to pick up. Right now, what I'd like you to do is just take a export if you look to the export menu in Figma, once you draw something and select it, you can select to export it. If you export a picture here, that's all that's needed this week. And we're probably going to make several iterations of that picture, so don't get too focused on one version. Let's just keep going. And I was going to say, for those pros, there is a connector between Figma and Airtable. So if you wanted to actually pull data from Airtable and put it into your drawing, that's pretty fun to do. If you've not tried it before, it's worth a try. But that, again, that's just if you're really into this. It's data-driven markup and design is a big topic nowadays because it's something that's pretty laborious if you do it by hand. But your examples may be only several different instances, so not too much to worry about. I do want you to think a lot about, though, what comes first on a list. So there is an idea, if I showed one record on this page, what record would you start with? So a lot to talk about this week. Just to let you know, we'll be finishing up and wrapping up this project next week. If you'd like to have a meeting, I can do that, but I think we're doing pretty good. Just hopefully I'm being attentive and giving you guys feedback. If not, let me know. And then we'll go into kind of some of the more, I guess, interesting topics like metadata and ratings and things like that that we've been thinking about once we've got this tackled. So thank you.